Everybody get a piece of paper out and a pen.
Sir, keep it right like that.
When I talk, nobody talks. Rule number 1. Who knows it? No, that was rule 1A. What's rule number 1?
No excuses.
No, incorrect. Don't die. Don't do anything stupid on this debate team that gets you killed by other people or by me. I am the worst person to be teaching these kids.
You know you could have been a wonder, taking your circus to the sky. You couldn't take it on the tightrope. No, you had to take it on the side. You always like it on the car.
I have no patience.
What? You're fucking up, dude.
I have extremely high standards.
We don't know. It's cross-section. We don't know when the bird flu is happening.
I firmly believe you have to set the highest standards.
You guys are going to do fine. You're going to win on being better debaters.
The beauty of coaching is I don't have to teach kids who don't want to be there.
I always start with 40 and end up with like 6.
His teaching style is really cool.
He's a good guy. At the same time, he gives you the opportunity and the choice. Do you want to stay here? Do you not want to stay here?
If you don't want to be there, you don't have to be there. You can just leave.
When he needs to be tough, he'll be tough. And when he can joke around, he'll joke around.
I love karate. He's crazy as hell.
The first year, last year, we was like doing work, and he told me, Christian, go to the office, get a couple supplies. I'm walking to the classroom. I hear, what are you guys doing? And all I hear is desk flying, papers flying all over the place.
I'm a debate coach. If I stick with this and don't die of a heart attack, and these kids graduate, they will feel the same way about me as I feel about my coaches 30 years later now. I was the last kid cut from my basketball team. So I went home and I told my mom, and she said, well, why don't you try speech and debate? And it was really competitive.
In the spring of 1978,
don't know when it's coming.
Because this is totally absurd.
And it's not substantial.
And learned that debate is a sport. It's an academic sport.
So what's your question again?
Will the immigrants automatically get citizenship if they join AmeriCorps?
You said this is a bureaucracy. Can you define the bureaucracy for me, please?
How would that affect the American economy?
You said if he invents a vaccine.
we fund your plan and cut off all the other funds that are
What other crazy types do we make?
By passing this plan, we're saving lives.
The capacity of their program is just dooming their efforts.
Hospital will be choking thousands of victims.
They'll be hooked up to respirators, lying in comas and dying.
Two, the only definition sets the clear and reasonable bright line of what is and is not substantial.
But if they do not mean substantially, they explode the DA.
So we should win the debate on substantial and T increase.
There's the same amount of tension.
You have to work harder, and you have to adapt to something so fast.
Defense is the offense.
Adapt to different arguments.
Always be aggressive.
Waiting for the ball to come, waiting for the ball to come.
Turning every argument.
Run it, know it, breathe it, love it, understand it in a little bit of time. And it gives me competition and adrenaline rush at the same time.
From knowing this case thoroughly, you will know everything about this topic. Armed forces, readiness, hegemony, Bush popularity, Iraq, Hurricane Katrina. It's endless. That's the beauty of policy debate. Every single issue comes to the fore.
That's what you get from speech and debate. That's what I teach. Everything you do here comes down to an argument.
This article from the New York Times I carry with me wherever I go.
Argument consists of 3 elements. The first constituent is a claim.
Debate is one of those things that gets kids hooked on learning and gets them to stay in high school and stay in college.
The second element of an argument is warrant. A warrant is the basis for the claim.
In the inner cities, more than half of all black men do not finish high school. Even when high school graduates were included, half of black men in their 20s were jobless in 2004.
My dad, he really didn't have the same opportunities as me. I have karate he really cares for me and Christian, and he takes us everywhere.
I want to grow up to be successful. Do something in my life. Don't grow up like my mom and my grandmother and just live here.
I sent out at the beginning of the year an article called The Value of Debate. And the general conclusion of every single study is that without exception, vocabulary increases, grades go up. The competitive nature of it gets kids to do that extra reading.
I like competition. I like being in a situation where you have to work harder.
Third part of an argument. Because we accepted the claim, there's impacts.
How lucky was I? I just didn't have that role model of people in my neighborhood, in my life, who were high school dropouts.
I mean, walking home, they have to go past the store where they're selling drugs, or under the train where sometimes there's prostitutes down there.
Anybody you see in the corner, they're most likely in the gang. People in front of the store, they're in the gang.
There's got to be volunteers, there's got to be people coming in from outside and giving some role models to guys. I always want to feel like we're friends growing together, and that, you can see it. They're just on fire for learning.
It's the only undefeated team from Eagle, Jordan Lewis.
We'll lose as a country if we don't start at the very bottom, raising the level of excellence.
If I can reach these 4 guys or 6 guys, that will replicate. And then those guys will touch guys.